I see you have returned, my inquisitive friends. Today we must discuss something rather personal. The toll that sin-eating takes on those of us who practice this solemn art. You see, when we consume the sins of the departed, we don't just perform an empty ritual. We take something into ourselves. The weight of it settles here in our heart, like a stone in still waters, creating ripples that affect every aspect of our being. My predecessor once told me, "Roddingham, my boy, this craft will change how you see the world." How right she was. When you begin sin-eating, you start to perceive life differently. Every person you pass on the street becomes a collection of stories, of potential regrets and unspoken guilt. You can't help but wonder what sins they're carrying, what burdens they'll leave behind. Let me share something from my personal records. Day 147 of my calling. Today I ate the sins of Margaret Wheeler, a baker's wife. As I consumed the ritual bread, I felt the crushing weight of her secrets. The guilt of stolen moments, of harsh words spoken to her children, of small deceits that grew larger in her mind as death approached. These are now my memories to carry. You might wonder why anyone would choose this path, knowing the psychological burden it brings. But you see, we sin-eaters understand something profound about human nature. Guilt, shame, and regret. These emotions don't simply vanish when we die. They ripple outward, affecting the living who remain. The families who seek our services are often trapped in their own psychological prisons. They fear their loved ones are suffering in the afterlife, tormented by their earthly misdeeds. We sin-eaters don't just provide a service to the dead, we offer peace of mind to the living. But oh, the dreams. Every sin-eater knows about the dreams. We call them echo nights, when the accumulated weight of others' sins plays out in our sleeping minds. I've lived countless lives in my dreams, felt the remorse of 1,000 souls. Sometimes, I wake up wondering which memories are my own and which belong to those I've helped pass on. We develop certain coping mechanisms. Some sin-eaters keep detailed journals, separating their own experiences from those they've absorbed. Others perform cleansing rituals to find balance. I personally spend hours in meditation, organizing the collected memories like books on these shelves. The most challenging aspect? The isolation. Society shuns us, fears us. They believe we're tainted, dangerous. In truth, we're more like vessels of human experience, carrying the collective weight of community guilt. Each sin we eat connects us more deeply to the tapestry of human suffering and redemption. But here's what only a few understand about our calling. This burden we bear? It's also a gift. Every sin we take on teaches us about the human condition. We become living libraries of human experience, witnesses to the entire spectrum of moral struggle. Young sin-eaters often ask me if it gets easier with time. It doesn't. But you do grow stronger. You learn to carry the weight with grace, to find purpose in the burden. After all, is there any greater service than helping both the living and the dead find peace? Next time, my curious friends, we'll discuss the physical manifestations of sin-eating, how carrying others' burdens changes us not just mentally, but physically. Until then, remember, every sin has its price, and we sin-eaters pay it gladly in service to both this world and the next.